Today, I am reviewing the Lenovo IdeaCentre Tower desktop computer. If at any time you'd like to explore this product for yourself and grab it at a great price, be sure to check the links below the video. If you are looking for a computer that just gets the job done without any unnecessary flash or premium price tags, you might be considering the Lenovo IdeaCentre Tower. I have spent the last 2 weeks using this machine as my primary workstation for office tasks, heavy web browsing, and some light media management, and I have some clear thoughts on where it succeeds and where it definitely falls short. You can check the links below the video if you want to explore the current pricing or see the specific configuration details for yourself. Right out of the box, this is a very utilitarian piece of hardware. It is not trying to win any design awards, which is actually fine for a desktop that is likely going to sit under a desk or tucked away in a corner. The inclusion of a wired keyboard and mouse is convenient if you are setting up a home office from scratch, but honestly, they are basic office-grade peripherals. They work, but you will probably want to replace them with something more ergonomic if you spend 8 hours a day typing. The real meat of this machine is the Intel Core Ultra 5 225 processor. In my testing, this chip feels snappy for everyday productivity. If you are running multiple Chrome tabs, a few Excel spreadsheets, and a Zoom call simultaneously, the computer handles it without breaking a sweat. The 16 gigabytes of DDR5 RAM is a good starting point, and it definitely helps with that multitasking feel. However, I noticed that if you try to push this into heavy video editing or complex rendering, you start to feel the limitations of the integrated graphics. This is not a gaming rig, and it is not a workstation for a professional video editor. It is a workhorse for business applications, student research, and home media. One of the biggest real-world gripes I have with this specific configuration is the storage setup. You get a 256 gigabyte SSD paired with a 1 terabyte hard drive. While having the extra terabyte is nice for mass storage, having your operating system and primary applications on a drive that small can fill up faster than you think. If you're the type of person who downloads large files or keeps a massive local photo library, you'll find yourself managing storage space within a few months. If you are tech-savvy enough to swap the drive later, it is a manageable issue, but for the average user, it is a bit of an annoyance. Connectivity is one area where this tower really shines. Lenovo included a generous amount of USB ports, which is a massive plus for those of us who have a bunch of peripherals like printers, scanners, and external drives constantly plugged in. The inclusion of both HDMI and VGA ports is a bit of a throwback, but it is actually very practical if you are working in an office environment that still uses older monitors. Having Wi-Fi 6E built-in also means that if you cannot run an Ethernet cable to your desk, you're still going to get a very stable and fast connection, provided your router supports it. I think the target audience for this machine is very specific. This is a perfect computer for a student, a home office user, or someone who needs a reliable machine for basic business tasks. If you just need a computer that boots quickly, connects to the internet without a fuss, and runs Office 365 smoothly, this is a very solid value. You can find the links below to check it out if that sounds like your use case. However, if you are looking for a machine that can grow with you into heavy gaming or professional creative work, you should look elsewhere. The lack of a dedicated graphics card and the storage configuration are going to be your biggest bottlenecks. You could upgrade the RAM and the SSD down the line, but you're still limited by the power supply and the chassis design. In terms of value, you are paying for the brand reliability and the convenience of a pre-built system. There is a peace of mind that comes with buying a Lenovo tower that you do not always get with cheaper, obscure brands. It is quiet, it stays relatively cool under a normal workload, and it is built to last a few years of standard office use. Just keep in mind that the keyboard and mouse are just placeholders, and you should factor in the cost of a decent monitor if you do not already have one. Overall, the IdeaCentre Tower is a balanced, honest machine. It does not pretend to be a high-performance beast, and it does not try to overcomplicate things. It is a straightforward tool for getting work done. If your needs are simple and you value stability over flashy aesthetics, it is worth a look. Again, feel free to check the links below if you want to see the current price or dive deeper into the technical specifications. It is a reliable choice for the right person, but be realistic about what you need a computer to do before you pull the trigger.